Hi guys, this is Max from Cumana. In this video, which is in a series of videos talking about the ways in which SEO companies typically charge and bill clients for services, we're going to talk about hourly rates. Now, hourly billing, charging you a flat fee per hour, which is well known by lawyers as a way of billing, um, is typically not done by SEO companies, in my opinion. It is done by a lot of senior consultants um, who may agree to do this. Many of the senior consultants who consult for larger companies will charge a per hour fee and um, they'll provide more strategic advice. Typically, bigger brands have an in-house team. Bigger brands have a pre-existing SEO vendor who they don't want to get rid of because the vendor does all the actual legwork, but they want to be able to give the vendor or their in-house team a strategy. So they'll call in an SEO consultant to provide that strategy. Um, so it's not that it's not done. It's definitely done a little bit less frequently. Um, Small and medium-sized businesses looking for a consultant that handles business their level will typically not find this type of billing arrangement. And frankly, in my opinion, um, in, in the context of small and medium-sized businesses, you might actually end up paying a lot more money if you do it on a per hourly basis. SEO can be very difficult, especially for a small medium business with no presence whatsoever. And the setup is what will literally drain the bank because you might get a bill for 30 hours and it'll be a justified bill as well because they did a lot of work, a lot of setup, so on and so forth. So definitely be aware of the fact that this is out there. It's possible you may even encounter it. You might get a proposal with an hourly rate. Um, According to a study done by Moz, SEO vendors charge anywhere from 75 to 200 an hour, so it's not a small dollar amount, um, and it is out there. In terms of why you might want to do this, when you're getting billed on an hourly basis, needless to say, in order for them to bill you, they have to say exactly what they did. And so you get greater financial control over your SEO spend because they have to provide every single detail. In addition, by working with a vendor on a per hour basis, you can essentially turn him on and off. So if you're already working with an SEO company that you don't want to get rid of, you can essentially hire another vendor on an ad hoc per hourly basis with really no strings attached. And so a lot of bigger companies, as I said earlier, hire consultants on a per hour basis because they want the consultant to be a supplement to their existing in-house team. Moreover, the financial accountability you get is what makes businesses go this route because essentially at the end of every month you'll get a bill just like a lawyer's bill where they'll say, okay, we spent a half hour speaking to you over the phone, we spent another hour um, doing research on what to do here, we spent another hour on writing an article for you. Essentially, you get a line item on every single activity they did, and if you have been burned by other vendors, this could be a great alternative and a great way to get accountability. Um, there are a number of ways this could go wrong. um, SEO is a time-intensive task, and so when you're getting billed on a per-hour basis, you may end up paying more for certain services versus a flat fee retainer. What I mean by that is, say a company says, we're going to write 5 articles for you every month, right? On a per hourly basis of 75, if it takes them more time to write that article because grammar and so on and so forth, you're going to get billed for every single minute of that. Now, if it takes them an hour or say 2 hours for every article, that's 150 an article. But say you have 5 of them, that's a lot of money, 600-700 bucks, just on article writing. But say you negotiate with the vendor that for the 500 he gets on a per monthly retainer basis, he's going to give you 5 articles. Now it's suddenly included as part of this retainer agreement, and it's his problem how much time he spends on it. So one of the trade-offs is that you will spend undoubtedly more money in the long term. And more importantly, this is going to cause some unwanted headaches, financially speaking, because at the end of every month, not only do you have to pay the guy, you have to read his bill. And it's going to read like a lawyer's bill. And now you have to wonder and remember if every single line item he wrote, he actually did. Did he spend an hour speaking to you? I don't know. Maybe. These are the questions you're going to be asking yourself. And so now you're causing an additional layer of headaches, which might be okay if you trust the vendor, but might not if you don't know the guy from a hole in the wall. So, these are some obvious reasons. Now, if you're a small business, you're probably going to pay a lot more for the same service. And so, if you're a small business owner, it might make more sense to just hire a company on a monthly retainer basis rather than per hour, because on a per hour basis, you might end up paying 4 times more for the same service. So, all in all, it's not a bad solution, but it's definitely not the right solution for everyone. Definitely make sure you get an understanding of what they're promising to do, and kind of the other pitfall more commonly associated is sometimes they'll have a variable hourly rate. So say they're doing link building for you, they might charge you $125 an hour for that. Say they're doing article writing, they might charge $100 an hour. So in certain consultants, we've seen the hourly rate change depending on the type of task they're performing. So again, get clarity. Could be the right fit, but most of the time, I've seen it not work out well for small and medium-sized businesses. But if you need an external consultant on an ad hoc basis, it could work out really well. So that concludes this video discussing hourly rates and how that SEO billing method works. This is part of a series of videos discussing all the different ways SEO companies typically bill for their services. And you can read more about this by visiting the link in the footer of this video discussing SEO psychology, mentality, and how to vet SEO companies properly and what to look for and what to avoid. So that concludes it for this video. Thank you very much, and see you guys soon.